Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Carter, and you're listening to The Sideline, a TPL podcast. That's right. We're back with a quick name change, The Sideline. It's how you be part of the game without being on the field. So, did you guys catch a Super Bowl? My goodness, Nick Foles. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for winning the Super Bowl over the New England Patriots. But with that being said, we'd had some interesting games in the first week of TPL. We had an average score of 20.6 points. For the most part, we were pretty close to parity. For the first week of games, we had one tie game, and other games had a point differential of no more than 4. And we make it back full circle to the New England Patriots as the only team getting blown out this week. First off, does TPL have magical powers by seeing into the future? I don't know. Getting blown out in week 1 just means that they get an opportunity to acquire some diverse talent. We'll see how effective their trades were in this week's matchups. This week, we're swinging right into rookie corner. I hit the fields and got an interview with 3 rookies fresh off their games. Here we go.
And what's your name?
My name's Brian Smith.
How many years have you played Ultimate, and recently with who?
I've been playing for about 8 years, and I toured the last 2 years with Trail Mix / Quick and Dirty.
What position do you prefer?
I'd say I'm mostly a cutter, striker guy, not a handler.
And your favorite throw?
Favorite throw would be the hammer, especially if it's indoors.
Which matchup are you most excited for this TPL season?
This TPL season, I think I'd be looking forward to when I get traded off the team I'm on now so I can play against my Trail Mix and Inside Out teammates.
And now, finish this sentence. I'm not throwing the disc to you because
you're too pretty.
I wish I was drafted by...
Wish I was drafted by Carter Chin, even though he's not a GM.
And what's your name?
Melissa.
How many years have you played Ultimate, and recently with who?
Oh, God, 8 years, and most recently with Thunder.
What position do you prefer?
Handlers for show.
And your favorite throw?
I'd say the inside break to the end zone.
What matchup are you most excited for in this TPL season?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, now we're into finish this sentence. I wish I was drafted by...
Also don't know. I don't even know half the GM.
That's fair.
I'm so new, I don't even know.
I'm not throwing the discs to you because...
I'm too good looking.
My...
Favorite?
Is better than my...
Least favorite.
In a high stall count, I
Dance a little.
think TPL is going to be...
Fantastic.
So, what's your name?
Christian Parsons.
How many years have you played Ultimate, and recently with who?
I've been playing Ultimate since I was 16 years old, and I'm really old right now, so that makes a lot of years. And recently I play with Max Power.
What position do you prefer?
I like starting in the handler position and then cutting deep.
And your favorite...
And ending in the handler position.
And your favorite throw?
My favorite throw is the one that gets caught.
What matchup are you most excited for in the TPL season?
I'm super excited to play either with Chris Lote or against Chris Lote. Either way, the heckles are going to be great. I know exactly who he's going to throw to. I might cry. There's going to be tears. I'm super, super excited. I might ask for his autograph afterwards. I might be carrying a Sharpie in my sock. Who knows?
And now we're going to do finish this sentence. I'm not throwing the disc to you because
I'm drunk.
I wish I was drafted by
Chris Load.
my
Milkshake.
is better than my
Other milkshake that brings all the boys to the yard.
and a high stall count. I
Cry.
think TPL is going to be
Fun. And I was actually really surprised by the lack of drinking on the sidelines at TPL. I thought there'd be a little bit more drinking on the sidelines. Is that illegal at Monterey? Oh, hey. Nice. Little Granville Island brewer over there. Never mind. I take it back.
All right. Next up, I'd like to introduce you to our new guest. You might seen her on teams dating back from season 9 Simpsons, or you might see her coaching Ultimate to the Youths of Tomorrow, or you might even know her from being on the Tux Women's Committee. I give you Marissa Hart.
Shot to the heart, and you're too late, darling. You give love a bad name.
And welcome, Marissa. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So, tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm Marissa. Most people know me as fan favorite funnest in TPL.
It's a lot of F's.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what I was going there for. But what exactly do you want to know about me?
Well, tell me. Where did you originally start playing?
Well, I started playing Frisbee back in high school in a teeny little town in BC.
Yeah.
There's 3,000 people. And we had 3 women on our team. And we were playing sevens, and you had to play 4-3, obviously. And so I got to play the whole time for the full entire game.
I feel like that sounds really familiar for most women that play Ultimate.
Yeah, so I had a good start, let's say. A good Ultimate beginning. I really
Humble beginnings.
got the true spirit of the game. True format. And we played 2 other small high schools, and we won about every other game with no skill and no strategy. We refused to learn what a flood stack was. Our coach was...
Do you even know what a flood stack is?
I mean, yeah, there's running on the field from side to side or something. I don't know.
You'll get there eventually.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Usually I just get yelled at when a flood stack is happening.
Okay.
Probably because I'm doing it wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So I played in BC, and I moved to Kelowna to go to school, and I played competitive soccer growing up.
Okay.
And I got cut from the varsity team, and I was like, screw this! I'm playing Ultimate! And that's...
Someone else will take my talents.
And that's how my Ultimate career started. I started playing in Kelowna, and there were some women there who played in Calgary and on Traffic, and they're like, hey, let's do a recreational women's team, and we're going to go to a couple tournaments. And we went to regionals, and we were terrible. We played against Traffic, and we played against Zephyr, and we got crushed. And that year, Nationals was in Victoria, and only 2 of 3 women's teams were going to make it from BC. Obviously, we were not the favored, and we lost. But then BC got a wild card because other people dropped out. So we went to Nationals and got shredded. But it was a lot of fun.
I was kind of hoping, and then we won Nationals. It was a Cinderella story.
We did not win a game. But it was really fun, and I think, I had a great experience, and I played relatively well for my skill level, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a really great experience.
Well, how many seasons have you played TPL?
Oh, TPL, this is my 4th season. I've played 3 as a player, and this is my first season coming in and trying to GM.
Ooh, trying to GM. Yeah, so for those of you guys that don't know, Marissa is a rookie GM. And if you haven't followed, the whole entire point of this particular podcast is all about the rookies. But that's cool. So because you're a rookie GM, you obviously went to the draft.
Yes.
Yeah. How did the draft go for you?
Well, I was very anxious leading up to the draft because I don't know a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know women because I'm involved in the women's community, but men, I had no clue who they were. So I did do some preparation,
Yeah.
and I made my little like columns of like, I know these people. I know that these people are someone I would like to see on my team. Then my next I would like to see, and then like, I think these guys are good, but I don't know who they are. And so I had these like kind of little columns, and I was actually surprised that my little column list actually lined up with some other people's. And I was like, oh, I'm not doing terrible.
I'm not failing at
Yeah.
this test.
So I was feeling very anxious, and I got there, and we're all just ordering a couple of beverages, and I don't know if you heard about the mishap that happened.
No, but I'm always ears, as everyone wants to hear about mishaps
So-
and rumors and
Yeah.
other fun stuff.
So you guys can't see, but Carter, as you can see, my laptop is a dinosaur. It is probably about 10 years old.
That's a laptop?
Yeah. We also
Okay.
use it as a TV. It's like a big screen.
Oh, yeah, that's... sure, I would... Okay, that's a big brick.
So, I roll in carrying my like little efficient laptop. I have to sit near the plug because it does not hold a charge. And so I get all set up, feeling a little anxious. I get a beer. And the waitress comes, brings me my beer. I'm so excited. And she puts it down on the edge of 2 tables where they meet. And it tips over and splashes all over my keyboard.
Oh, shit.
On my laptop.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh,
Rookie.
man.
Rookie.
Yeah.
Literally a rookie.
I thought I was the rookie.
Yeah.
So, about, I don't know, I would say at least half of a cup came out of the beer.
Yeah.
Anyways, and it spilled all over. I grabbed my laptop, we put it up sideways, and Slater was trying to like help me out there and like get the beer out, and I was out. I didn't have my laptop for the whole draft.
Were you drafting blind?
I had my phone,
Oh, well.
which was not very.
That's a very big difference between
Yeah.
your phone and the massive brick that I see before me.
Yeah, and my strategized spreadsheets with all these people. I did have some help though. There were other GMs who were offering their advice, so that was very helpful.
I feel like that's a standard thing. Like, everyone's always willing to help those that are new. But my question is, what made you become a GM? Because not everyone runs to the fences. They're like, oh my god, I'm being a GM. Oh my god, I need to be a GM.
Yeah.
What made you decide to be a GM?
I would actually, I've kind of considered it for a little bit, and I thought it would be kind of a fun idea, but again, I don't know anyone. I actually have to give a shout out to Raul, because he was the one who encouraged me.
Oh.
And he said, let's do it together. Like, we can GM together. But I was like, maybe I want to do it by myself.
I'm better off on my own.
Which I don't think that. But
Don't get me wrong, Raul, I love you, but
yeah. I know that the big brother is rather if you're just GMing on your own, and I already have a busy schedule, so I knew that having to like pass any trade through another person and everything is just going to slow everything down anyways.
okay.
I mean, and I'm strongly relying on the help of other people's advice and stuff to kind of get through through the season. So
Yeah, that's it's definitely a thing. So now that we just talked about like support for GMs for like Raul, is there anyone else that's giving you support, like people on your team?
Definitely. So I think, I'm a learning athlete myself and a player. And I know that, especially for me, I don't analyze the game very well from the sidelines.
Okay.
And I can't really like pick out, oh, this is what we're doing wrong and this is what we need to do. Mm-hmm. So I knew that I needed to draft that. I needed to draft.
Oh, you need to draft draft leadership.
I needed to draft leadership.
Yeah.
Right? And so my number 1 pick was Norm.
Oh, classic pick.
And so I played with him in my first season of TPL, and he stood out to me. He was a great player, a great leader, and I was like, you know what? I'm stealing him. He's on my team, and so he was definitely helpful last game, and I really hope that he's interested in helping out. We haven't had this conversation yet, but I think he knows that he's stuck with me for a little while.
I think you're starting the conversation now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All
Norm, will you?
Okay, so now that you've played TPL for a little bit now, 3 seasons, as we said, how do you find about the transition between the 3-3 ratio? Because some people like it, some people don't. For example, there were some sideline chatter that, it's not as fast as TPL of old, but it makes it for a much more interesting game. How do you feel about it?
I do like the transition. I definitely push for gender equality. I do think that it's a little bit of a slower pace. And I think I have a tough opinion on it because when I was starting, I was a new player and I was starting off slow, so I wasn't seeing the disc as much. And now I'm kind of building and developing as an athlete, so I'm seeing the disc more.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to compare. Is that because there's more women on the field, or is it just because my skill level is getting better?
I guess you'll never really know now.
I know.
Don't even know if you're even good or not.
I know.
Well, it doesn't matter because you're a GM, so
That's right.
those stats really don't really count.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's not talk about stats.
Right.
So the one thing that I did notice this week was that because we're down a woman on every single team, we are only playing with 6 women. And TPL is a faster pace. And in other leagues, we can get away with having only 6 players there.
Right.
But TPL, it was hard. And one of our players, or 2 of our players actually, both a female and a male, were a little bit late arriving to the game, and that burned us out. So that part of having 3-3 is tough. But is there a resolution for it? I don't know.
I've definitely been in your position before, especially as a GM, like players that say they're going to show up but they don't show up. My advice for anyone that's listening, tell your GMs if you're going to be late or if you're not even going to show up at all. Finding subs is not fun. You're putting a lot of pressure. Like this is a league where everyone needs to do their part. And it's what makes it fun, right? So if you want to continue being on a good team, or maybe you want to get traded, actually, and maybe don't show up then.
Yeah.
But it makes a big difference to tell the GMs, I'm coming on this time, and we're adults.
Yeah.
Like we should, honor.
Be able to make a commitment. But
Exactly.
but even so,
Well,
it's
maybe
making a commitment to just be held responsible. Like.
Yeah.
If you can't make it, that's fine. Just let me know, right? Yeah.
Not everybody, can do commitment. But,
Yeah.
But
right.
for those of you that can,
Yeah.
be a good person.
Let your
commit.
GMs know.
Oh, please let your GMs know. Well, with that being said, so we have a lot of missing wildcard spots in TPL, right?
Yeah.
How would you encourage ladies to come and play TPL? And how would you get them to stay?
That's a good question. Getting them there, I think, is the harder part, right? It can be kind of an intimidating league. But once you get there, I'm having so much fun. I don't know. I feel like it's a fun league to be in. It's such a great community, such a great vibe that won't be the hard part, is keeping them, right? It's just bringing them to it. And I think that right now I feel like we're having that issue of getting women into all of our leagues, not just TPL.
Right.
So is it a broader issue? I'm not sure. But
Ooh, questions. Tuck, what you got to say about that? But anyway, so if you ever look in the past, right, you've had some interesting finishes in let's say, position of where you've fallen. So you've come from, you came into the first of the season in like the mid 50s, in the 50th position, which is pretty respectable. Yeah. But then you would drop
that's where I started?
Yeah.
Oh,
and then you dropped to the 120s position.
Yeah.
But then last season you shot all the way back up into the 20s.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty interesting. And to me, that's like more like a breakthrough.
Yeah.
And which is pretty good. Like what changed? Like what made you go from like the 123 to like, let's say, the high 20s?
Yeah. So I think a big factor is knowing people.
Okay.
And when someone gets to know you, they have a little bit more confidence in you, and they have confidence to throw to you, and that you're going to make a good decision or catch the disc and be able to be able to throw it. They just have confidence that you're going to be able to continue the play. So I think being known is one of the big things, and yeah. So the other thing that kind of happened was, I don't know if it was the first or the second season, but the first season I kind of got stuck on a team, and the chemistry was just not working, and I got stuck there.
Oh, that does happen.
Yeah.
What changed, or did it change?
So what happened was there was the Big Brother rule where you could request a trade.
Oh yes.
Yes. So, but what happened was our team kept on losing and losing and losing, and then we won one game, and I was like,
Hold on, I'm just gonna pause you right there. Just letting you guys know, this was not my team from last season. I know everyone keeps saying about like me losing, but just gotta be sure this is like not my team from last season. She's talking about a different season.
maybe. No, I'm just kidding. I was not on Carter's team last season.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's like throwing me under the bus there.
So then we won the one game, and I was like, we're the underdogs. I want to stay with this team. And then I was like, but I don't. So I sent in my trade request, and I got put to a new team where I think that I had a little bit more chemistry, played better together. The next league, I was on a different team every 2 weeks. So
that was last season. I think.
Well, last season was my third season.
Right.
So it was my second season.
Okay.
I was on a different team every 2 weeks, and you can't build chemistry almost at all, right? I don't know a lot of people.
Right.
People don't know me, and you just never click with anyone. Last season was different. I felt more involved in the game, more confident. Definitely confidence was a big thing, right? Mm-hmm. Because too, when people don't trust you and don't have confidence in you, you also are like, what am I doing? Am I making the right cut? And you are kind of looking for people's feedback to, are you doing a good thing? Are you not? Anyways.
Yeah. So you're telling me, now being a GM, you've learned from these mistakes, right?
Yeah, so I just need to instill that confidence into my team.
So, as spoken confidently, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. My confident GM skills really shining through right now. So last season was good. I just kind of ran away with it, and it was a really a great season. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Are you looking out for other breakout players? Because there have been some players who had these very slow beginnings, then all of a sudden would explode into these great players. For example, Neil Duchene, Amanda Murdoch. Unfortunately, those two players aren't playing in this season, but you also have players like Meg McNally, Adam Weineman, and YCT, also known as Young Colin Thompson, who've all had their own breakout moments in TPL and all of a sudden became these great players as we all know them today. Or do you have anyone, do you have an eye on anyone in particular? Or
honestly, not yet. I'm just trying to make it through right now.
So for those of you who are listening, it's if you wanna catch the eye of Marissa, you got to prove yourself out there and really make a difference, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess you could say Adina was one of those players as well, right? Those players who just come out in shock, or not shock, but are really great players. I would say I'm not really looking at that right now. I'm looking at what I know and what I can rely on to be consistent players on my team. And then I guess maybe as the league progresses, I'll start learning more people, because I don't know a lot of people still.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a learning curve, right?
Yeah.
Like you think, you stay at the games, you stay afterwards, and you're just like, oh, who's that player? Oh no, oh my god, who's that player?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah,
right?
it's so true. Yeah.
And because you can only do so much on Facebook stalking and and like Googling.
Yeah.
As we talked about in the last podcast, we all know all GMs do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No hiding that, unfortunately. So as a GM, do you have? Are you like going back? Are you keeping your eye on anyone in particular? So like, do you know like anyone on your list that you've kind of like marked, being like, oh, this guy or girl could be like the next Marissa?
Oh, how sweet.
I try.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think. Oh, that's tough.
Like we've already had a few surprises now.
Yeah.
I think with like Jared Westrick, who had a massive game.
Yeah.
I think it was like five goals, 4 assists.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty impressive, and we only know him as a rookie. So
Yeah.
that's-
So the biggest thing, I used to stay and hang around the games last season because I like to socialize.
Yeah. Oh, who
But
doesn't?
now-
that's part of the fun of TPL.
But now I feel like I got a job to do. I got to watch these players. But there was, at the very end, last game this Wednesday, I was like, ooh, who is that guy? Ooh, who is this guy? But I don't know who they are because I actually don't know their names.
I can probably help you. Hi, my name's Carter.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah. I definitely am looking at some of the strong players from last season who are those kind of mid-level players that I know will kind of help carry the teams through.
Yeah.
So moving into next week, hopefully I'll gather a couple of those for my team and hopefully that will help. But I'm not going to give away any of my trades yet.
Yeah. So now that you're mentioning about trades, how are trades so far?
Oh my God.
I know it's still the first week.
Yeah.
And I know it's a lot of pressure for rookie GMs being like, oh my God, I gotta trade. How are trades going for you?
Yeah. So, everyone's talked about how crazy Thursdays are.
Yeah.
Right? And I knew that you have until Sunday to complete your trades or Monday, whatever. And another little thing about me is I just started a new job.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So
I heard it's the middle of nowhere.
it's towards the east.
The middle of nowhere. Right.
So
that dead space between here and Kingston.
yeah,
Right.
that no one ever wants to be in.
No one wants to be in.
So in my previous job, I had a lot of leeway. I was responsible for my own tasks, and I had a lot of time to be on social media.
Of course.
And now I'm trying to make a decent impression on my new employer.
Right.
So I had a crazy busy day at work on Thursday. I didn't take my full lunch, so my phone was blowing up with trade requests, and I didn't even have a chance to look through all of them.
Right.
I get off work on Thursday, and people are like, when are you going to answer me? And I'm just like, oh my God. So then I get home, and then I realize I don't even know what I'm doing. I went over to my friends, and they walked me through what the GM spreadsheet is.
Right.
And if you are interested in GMing, make sure you do that before trade day.
Yes. I feel like the thing is, a lot of rookie GMs aren't aware of the whole entire trade sheet.
And the features.
Yeah, and there's a lot of features in it.
Yeah. So trades are going pretty slow right now for me.
Right.
And I have to make up a lot of room
Right.
before Monday, a trade deadline. So
Well, how was your last game?
I thought we weren't going to talk about it.
Whoops, my bad.
So our first game, we didn't do very well. I think there was a combination of different things. But personally, I was gassed.
Yeah.
Being only having 3 women subs and having one come late, which is fine, but then you only have 2 on the sideline. And I subbed the game before.
Oh.
I'm making a lot of excuses right now.
Oh, right. You played my game. All right.
Yeah.
I remember I had that nice little connection with you, which is great.
Yeah.
Don't take advantage of your GMs, guys. They are trying to help you.
Yeah.
Help them help you. Help them help you.
Yeah, something in there. Yeah. Yeah. So I was gassed. Our team, we have some new players into TPL and some older players have been to many seasons. And I think that we were looking kind of tired. And we just were having misconnections, and but the positive side of that is that we can only go up from here.
Of course.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I have looked at your roster. And this was on Friday, so obviously your roster could change. But at the moment, your roster does look pretty strong. You definitely have some veteran players like Norm, Jay Chan, right? Those are some Rajiv. Definitely some pretty solid players. And you also have yourself. And you also have Lindsay Earl. So my question, what's going on, right? Well, first off, I just named a bunch of handlers. It's like,
Yeah.
who on your team striking, right?
Yeah,
Right?
that's
who's,
true.
Who's grabbing?
I'll tell you who isn't.
Who's grabbing
This
those
girl.
Well, it's like, for as a GM, the good thing about it is that you can make that change, right? If you feel like you don't like someone on your team, or like you have too many, like you have an excess amount of handlers, you can trade for some cutters because handlers are always good.
Yeah.
They're the people that that can actually throw a disc.
Yeah.
Compared to a cutter who's
Yeah.
always athletic, but athleticism should not be underlooked because they're the ones that get the D.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I knew that I did need to draft strong handlers because I'm not confident in that role myself.
Right.
Not
talking about last game at all.
No, not at all. I
don't know.
There was some miscommunication about which way we were going. I thought I was striking. And,
I thought you were talking about Will Peckham, who literally in my game was like, literally turns around to her own end zone.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah.
He cuts in her own end zone, trying to score disc, and I was yelling at him, being like, "Will, you're going the wrong way."
Yeah, that's true.
That was really funny.
That was
shout out to Will Peckham.
Yeah. Yeah. Did he play last season?
He didn't play last season, but he's not a rookie.
Yeah.
So, folks, we're going to introduce to you our new segment, Overheard. We have ears all over TPL and compiled some of the most interesting remarks. Submit your remarks in the YouTube comments below with your name and your guesses. And at the end of the season, there will be an award for most guesses correct. So that's going to be pretty interesting, right, Marissa?
Very interesting.
Okay, so we're going to start off with our first remark.
Okay.
Our first overheard.
Okay.
Which goes, just mark throwaways for people that you know. Who said it? You have A, ex-GM Hintang, B, YCT, aka young Colin Thompson, or C, I'm always mad at my co-GM Steph Schwartz.
Oh, that's interesting. Do I get to guess?
Oh my God, absolutely, please. So tell me, what do you think said that remark?
I mean, I look at these I look at these options, and first I think he's such an honest guy that he would just hold you to a higher standard that
really?
You have. I think so.
Do you not talk with him enough?
I feel like he would be like, you should be doing a good job.
Okay, sure. Okay.
All right.
Well, you don't know the context. Like, I could have said it like in a different way, and we're like, so you don't know. There we go.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
So, and then Steph, I feel like.
Really? Trash talk Steph?
Well, I'm just going to say that I feel like she would want everyone's throwaways to be counted against them because I also would.
Maybe because you threw away some. I mean,
and then I feel like maybe I would guess YCT.
Innocent YCT.
I feel like he would be like, "Oh, don't worry, you don't know them. It's not your fault." Where then like Steph and him would be like, "No, this is your responsibility."
They're more straight shooters?
Yeah, they're like, "This is your responsibility. Do your job."
Really? Because
I mean, him's pretty nice, but still,
yeah, okay.
But I feel like Colin would be like, "Oh, it's okay."
Okay. All right. So now you have the second overheard.
Okay.
Why are they all wearing pants? Is it rookie sensation Brian Smith, veteran GM Gerald Villarroya, or rookie GM Greg McMullen?
This one is a tough one.
That's funny. It's that they all play Inside Out together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They all live out in the same area. They all play together.
So I feel like maybe they all or none of them have that opinion.
I don't know. Who would have that opinion?
Honestly, I don't know. Maybe Brian, because he's a rookie and he hasn't seen what TPL is all about. Wearing pants underneath your shorts. I don't know.
What are they all wearing? You can really see Brian.
Not
saying
really.
That. He's like he's a man of little words, but words that matter.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But
Or
I
I'm
feel
just
like,
shit talking and he just says whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's a tough one. I also don't know the other two very well either. So I don't know any of them very well.
So you're telling me that you don't know anyone?
I have no clue. I am going to lose at this game.
So let's just take a pick.
All right, I'm gonna choose Brian.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, so now we have our third and last overheard. Little Greenville Island Brew over there. Is it rookie trash talker Christian Parsons? Surprise, I have a beer in my hand, Megan Jansen? Or have you tried this new craft brew, Anthony Slater?
Oh,
For those of you that don't know, Slater's first name is Anthony.
Yeah, that was a surprise to me.
Oh, there are many surprises about real first names.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, let's back to these choices here. Okay, this one too is a little misleading, but I think I'm gonna go with Megan Jansen because I feel like she's a straight shooter. She will drink anything.
Straight shooter?
I mean, no.
She's a shooter. She's a shooter.
No comment. I would say that she would point out if someone had some fancy Rudy Tooty beer.
I didn't realize that
I don't
Greenville
know.
Island was a Rudy Tooty beer, but all right, okay, cool. Well, guys, those are the 3 questions for Overheard this week. Tune in for next week and we'll give out those answers. So thanks, Marissa, for coming out to this podcast. It's been really great having you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
It has been a lot of fun. All right, so at the very end of the podcast, do you want to plug anything for anyone to know?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
Let's hear it.
I just want to do a little shout out to all of the women out there. Tuck is running a instructional program for women. It's for recreational and beginner players, and it's on Sunday evenings. And if you're looking to, practice your skills or improve a little bit, get some more play time, more touches on the disc, look it up. It's on the Tuck website. There's still room for registration. It's going to be a great time. And
I will link the Tuck
registration
link into the about section of the YouTube video. So for those of you guys that are interested, I'll provide a link in the description.
Perfect. Thanks, Carter.
Thanks. Later.
All right.